Hi guys, welcome back to Music Messages Tarot. I hope you're doing really well. This video is going to be a twin flame check-in reading. It's going to be mostly from the perspective of the DM. Okay, so these are messages, feelings, thoughts that he wants to communicate at this time to the DF. As I'm shuffling the 3 decks that we're going to be using for today, I'm just receiving some messages around most of your DMs, as we've been talking about, are kind of working on shedding things from their life that are no longer working for them and shedding things that are preventing their connection with you. Okay? That process is still going on for a lot of them, but I feel like some of them are kind of right at that precipice where this is not going to be for everybody, but for many of you, your DMs are kind of at that crossroads right now where they've gotten rid of what they know isn't working in their life anymore, and they're ready to step into what they really want, which is their connection with you. Okay, so we're going to get some messages around that. I'm going to start off with the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards. We are going to get some direct messages as well. So let's see what's going on with DM today. New moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Okay? Couldn't have even started it better myself. Yeah, couldn't have said this better myself. Your DMs are very open to change. Some of them have kind of shed those things, those patterns, possibly cut ties with certain people in their lives. They may have ended karmic relationships. Even like friendships or other relationships that are not serving their highest good. I believe in one of the more recent twin flame videos that I did, I believe like karmic people in their environment came out for some of your DMs. People who kind of have a tendency to keep your DM in, and I do use the pronoun he, his, etc. for DM energy. People who have a tendency to keep him in his ego, his egoic way of thinking. People who kind of keep him in a more 3D, material-based sense of his world, if that makes any sense. People who keep him in this materialistic, ego-based way of thinking. So I think for some of them, they've kind of started to move away from those people and those situations in their lives, because ultimately they know they want to be with you. They're feeling this pull towards their DF. They are feeling a pull towards their higher selves as well, and what's really going to serve them. And making those changes is almost kind of like inevitable for some of them at this point. First quarter moon in Aquarius. A lot of Aquarius energy here. So some of you may have a DM that's in Aquarius. It says trust the universe. And I think they're definitely learning to do this a little bit more. It's an uncomfortable process for your DM. He's used to thinking through his logical mind, thinking through his ego. He's not used to trusting his inner emotions as much. But like I said, the heavy energy that I got at the start of this reading were for the group of DMs that have kind of reached this, like I said before, precipice or crossroads where they're starting to do some of these things. So some of this is not just an internal feeling anymore for some of them. It's actually translating into actual behavior for some of them. And even possibly communication with you, DF, in the very near future, if you haven't received some already. First quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open. So just a reminder to your DM to keep his heart chakra open. He's learning how to do this. He's learning how to kind of lean into those feelings a little bit more. This is for you as well. The process can be very frustrating at times, especially if you're kind of getting tired of waiting. Again, you shouldn't be like putting your life on hold or anything like that. But, a lot of us do hold space for our DMs and for this connection, and it just feels natural for us to do so. And that's not a bad thing either. I would never deter you from that. I've just, always kind of warned that make sure you're going about your life and reaching what your goals are in the meantime. But remember to keep your heart space open as well. Like, don't get too jaded or cynical by this process. This is where your DM is at though right now. They're opening up. Open up to change, keep your heart open, and trust the universe. So they are really leaning into those emotions that before they kind of started this process or started to trust this process would make them very, very uncomfortable. I don't get that they're sharing this information with a lot of people. Like, some of them might even feel like they're going a little bit crazy right now, but they're choosing to embrace this process either way, just because the pull towards kind of what feels more fulfilling to them on a higher level is too strong for them to ignore it. But some of them, their logical brain is still kind of condemning them for it a little bit, like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Are you going crazy? Those kinds of things. So they're not really sharing, I don't think they're sharing this information or how they're feeling with a lot of other people in their world. Maybe one or two trusted people, but not more than that. Let's get some information from our Fairy Oracles deck, and then we're going to go into some direct messages from your DM today. Pregnancy. The birth of a child brings great blessings to you and the world. This might be a literal message for some of you with your DM connection. You know, if union is closer for some of you than others, you know, this could be a very literal sense. But I do get for some of you that this is metaphorical. So right now, your connection is kind of in this, it hasn't been born quite yet, if that makes any sense. So it's like right on that edge, right on that cusp of actual communication and actual connection, but it's not quite there yet. So that's the sense I'm getting for some of you, that he's ready now. He's gotten rid of what doesn't serve him anymore, and he's coming towards you pretty rapidly in some cases. Okay, so it's kind of this anticipatory feeling of your connection's about to be born in 3D. Let's see what else. Practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. DF, I think that's a message for you. I think that is just reminding you not to veer too far off your own course, okay? Whatever things you've been focusing on in your particular life and on your individual path, don't stray from those things as you're waiting for your DM to kind of come towards you. Again, you can hold space for this connection without losing yourself in the process. And that's kind of just repetitive for some of you at this point. Most of you are in Empress. You're pretty much DF. You're in Empress energy. So this is, you already know this, but just kind of hold steady to whatever practices and daily routines and daily activities you engage in for your own self-development. Don't veer too far away from that. Even if you do kind of feel the energy, you feel that your DM is about to come towards you, don't lower your own vibration. Like, continue with your own self-growth either way. Okay, we have perfect timing. This is my divine timing card. This is the right time for you to move forward. Some of you are coming into union very, very soon with your DM. So very, very exciting energy. Just don't be kind of bowled over by that, and don't put your life on hold either. And then we have love life. The basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. Yeah, so communication for some of you. You can't really see this one on camera, so I'm just going to show it to you here. Communication for some of you, and actual union for some of you as well. So this is extremely exciting, whoever this message is going to resonate for today. Yeah, this card I'm taking, for some of you, you may have a literal pregnancy coming up, but for others of you, I'm just kind of taking that your connection is finally ready to be born into 3D, all right? Even when it does happen, this is just a little word to the wise. Don't get too caught up in it. Make sure you're still focusing on yourself and your own individual growth, okay? But beautiful energies here. I mean, some of you will be coming into union with your divine masculine. I don't want to give a time frame because that's going to be a little different for everybody, but in the very near future is what I can say for most of you that this is resonating with. Okay. Why can't I move on from you? I mean, your DM knows that you are the one for him at this point. Whoever these energies are going to resonate for, whichever group of twin flames that this is going to resonate for, your DM is he's sure at this point that you're the person for him, okay? And that's why he started to make these changes. Why can't I move on from you? Is it over? So he might be afraid that when he comes towards you, you're not going to be receptive towards him, okay? So those are just some of his thoughts, fears, emotions coming out. I long for your kiss. Some of them, they really want to like be in physical contact with you, touch you, kind of hold your hand, those kinds of things. Like those are the things they've been daydreaming about. They really just want to have this contact with their DF. Will this ever change? So sometimes he's feeling a little frustrated with the process here, but he knows it's going to change because he's making those changes. I think he's more afraid that, you know, when he gets there, you're not gonna want him anymore. Childhood trauma. So that's playing into some of this for some of your DMs. I'm obsessed with you. For those of you that the Friday tea is going to resonate with, if that's your DM that came through in that reading, that little secret admirer energy, yeah, heavy on the obsession. Heavy on the obsession. So it's all too much. I mean, sometimes this does feel overwhelming for your DM, but he's still, like when push comes to shove, he is opening his heart space and he is making the changes that need to happen as well. The way I have treated you was wrong, okay? They know this. They're coming towards their DF. This group of DMs in particular can't stand to be away from the DF any longer. So this is going to be my action. This is going to be a very action-oriented group of DMs in the near future. So whoever this is going to resonate with, these are very exciting, optimistic, happy messages, positive messages. And I would love to know if this resonated. I would love to know about your twin flame connection in the comments. If you do receive communication, I'd love to know about that too. So if you could like, comment, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. It would help our channel grow. I do hope this resonated for you. Other than that, I'm wishing you all a beautiful day, beautiful weekend, and I'm sending you peace and harmony. Have a good one.